All right, good morning. This is a bit new for me. We're going to try a tournament vlog here. We are here at Gladstone Bowl in Missouri for a PBA regional, the KC Tintworks PBA regional here. Yeah. The pattern will be 41-foot chameleon, so not going to play too hard. In the practice session, I had a pretty decent look, but I spent most of the time experimenting and learning the bowling center rather than learning the pattern. I expect urethane to be in play. It is 7 games today. This is A squad. We're about to start here in about 45-ish minutes. And yeah, looking to take my second PBA cash. It'd be nice if I made cut, but that's going to be some slim margins. Top 20 make it into the advancers round tomorrow, which then they'll cut to 16 after 4 games for bracket match play. And I believe they're taking 25, maybe 26 checks. So we'll see if we're among the few who can cash. So let's go for it. So this is game 1 of the regional. I kind of just grabbed clips. I recorded the whole thing and then just kind of edited down to kind of just some shots that showed what was going on. Right now I'm throwing the Black Hammer urethane, as is required by the PBA. Use a 78 hardness urethane ball, so either that or the IQ 78. The ball motion was not looking good for this, and I'm kind of shocked that I stayed in for it for 2 whole games before attempting to switch. This first game I ended up with a 160. Not my best shot making at all. Physical game was not there. Spare shooting was not there for most of this tournament anyways. And yeah, I used this ball in the practice session a lot to kind of gauge like where the friction is in the center, and it turned out there was not really a lot of it. The 3 and 4 boards were kind of like the track. I wanted to grab from there sometimes, but not others. And yeah, there's a lack of trust in my shot making too, which for whatever reason I was not able to pry the ball off my hand left if I wanted to. But it's not like I had a lot of hook out there to throw it at anyway. So it's very hard to bowl when you feel like you have to throw it perfectly, and that's definitely where I got into some struggle at in this game. Game 2, we kind of finally figured out to get out of the urethane. I switched to a Jackal Onyx, which I had a list of balls that I wanted to use if the urethane stopped looking good, and what looked good with like the least friction and the most friction. So the Jackal Onyx is the biggest ball that I brought with me. The first moto ball I've drilled in 10 years. Not from any like sponsorships or anything, God no, but I had a Jackal Ghost that I threw in high school, and I really liked it. So bought one off of a league teammate of mine for about, I think it was like $100 some, like 120 or something. So we ended game 2 with a 156. So we're already down in the hole by a lot, like 87 I think is what the number ended up being. But yeah, we were just not in a great place. But luckily, this was like one of the lowest scoring regionals I've been to. This is the 5th regional I've been to. I kind of wanted to record something and actually like get it out there. You know, I've committed myself to wanting to document some of these tournaments in a more, I won't say professional way, but in a way that, you know, I can kind of get my thoughts out there and kind of show what it's like to be a lefty, you know? It's not always lefty walled, all that whatever nonsense, so kind of wanted to join the content space for a while. Yeah, this game is where we start to pick things up here. This Jackal Onyx was looking really, really good for me. I had a good number of boards of room. That was not one of them, but I could get it out to like 2, 3, or 4, and it would come back at that break point very, very well. I really liked how that looked for me. This game ended up being pretty good. I think there was only one kind of really bad shot. That might be it. Yeah, that 4-6 there. I thought it could have been maybe a heavy 4, you know, I think it could have been a 4-pin or a 6-pin and not both of them. But we ended up saving this game for a 222, which, you know, the gears are starting to go back in the right direction. So this is now game 4. And this is kind of at the point where we're just like, stay focused, scores are low, we can maybe come back and make a cash or something. But yeah, the reason I actually joined this regional, it was kind of out of the way for me. Like, this is like 2.5 hour drive to my hometown and then a 3.5 hour drive from there to Gladstone Bowl in Missouri, which is where we were bowling at here. So a lot of driving, but I wanted to go bowl something competitive. I feel like over the summer there just wasn't a lot of tournaments in my area to go bowl, so kind of, I know regionals aren't like the most like ratio of like input money to output money at the cash, but you know, I think it's interesting. You know, I want to eventually make a cut, make the RPI, you know, try to do something here with the PBA regionals. For being a relatively new bowler, I started bowling my first regionals last summer, so I just made my first cut back in the Memorial Day tournament, the Celeste Walker in Lockport. Got my first cash there. So, I mean, I definitely have potential to succeed out here. It's just a matter of learning and being able to do it at a somewhat consistent level. This game, yeah, this here, game 5, I believe. No. Yeah, this was game... No, this was game 4. You know, we had that 222 the last game, and we circle it into another 230 here, so we're a minus 30 something now, and unfortunately I got into that thinking where, hey, I'm only like a couple pins out of the cut or something, and really tried to lock in here, but this is kind of where things started to go downhill. The ball reaction was just kind of not doing it anymore. Specifically with the Jackal Onyx, I needed to speed up from where I normally throw at in order to get it down the lane and not hook too early. But here was kind of getting to the point where it wanted to go too long if I got it to my normal breakpoint zone of like 2, 3, 4. So it started to kind of skid past it because of all the urethane carry down. Like two-handed lefties exclusively through urethane this whole tournament. So that really made it tough for me to figure things out here in the back 3 games of the tournament. But yeah, we kind of struggled here this game. It kind of felt like I needed to be perfect. I slow it down. It still wants to hang for too long on the carry down in the oil. If I moved right and try to give it more time to hook back, it kind of sees just the end of the pattern without the carry down, and it snaps too early anyway. So I definitely tried some other balls. I tried an Effect Tour, and it didn't really look that good. I think I eventually go back to urethane and try to pretend like 5 is the new gutter and try to get something that'll be more rounded. And yeah, I was kind of upset there because it was just like, the shot making was there then. The shot making was kind of there that game, and we just weren't being rewarded for it. But yeah, the weird thing though is like games 1 and 2 were really, really bad physically, and then the rest of like we kind of but we kind of got the spare shooting back and made some better shots, but it didn't matter because the ball reaction looked bad. And it just wasn't looking the greatest. But yeah, I knew a couple people that were bowling in this tournament, and that kind of convinced me to join this one. I wasn't originally planning to bowl this one, but a good friend of mine, Nate Harchie, bowls for Midland University. There's a couple other Midland bowlers there too, Caden Ball and Mikey Saxon. All 3 of those guys I've met through different avenues of bowling, especially in the youth tournaments. I bowled a Nebraska youth tour and U23 circuit in like the Omaha, Lincoln area. They're a really good tournament set that I bowled the last couple years before now I've aged out. So got to know those bowlers pretty well, and that's kind of why I joined. I also knew a couple other people. I'm friends with Victor Cortez, super nice guy, great bowler to hang around. They kind of convinced me to kind of join in last second, and even though it didn't really work out great in this tournament, you know, we learned things, and we just continue doing our thing and learn and progress and try to make cut the next time. I'm actually gonna bowl the PBA regional in Lincoln, the one at Sun Valley Lanes here at the end of August. So looking forward to that. And this last clip here, my friend Nate actually needed this strike to make the cut. He ended up going plus 43. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the little outro here.
Well, guys, that's it for the vlog today.
Oh, Jesus.
We don't need to know how Mikey did. Let's just say it was a learning experience. And I think Thomas could agree with me. Right, Thomas?
I didn't hear you what you said.
It's a learning experience.
Well,
We're not going to talk
yes.
about how we bowled today. We're just going to say it was a learning experience.
I mean, I had a chance.
I did not. I was out of it after game 5. But, you know what? We learned. We built. We'll see you guys in Lincoln.
I think it's literally the same pattern too.
It is. Hopefully I don't bowl as bad as I did there.
It's gonna play a lot easier, I think.
Oh, yeah. Sun Valley? I don't know. Screw that place. It was stone 9 every shot.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Toodles!